Hello guys, this is Seth Falcons here, and ladies and gentlemen, we're back here with part 5 of the NFL Resim on Madden 20 from 2002 to, well, the 2020 NFL Draft. And folks, we've had some interesting stuff here. So obviously we're in the year 2006, and again we're gonna be doing the same things we normally do. We're gonna sim to week 3, we're gonna go through the draft, and then we're gonna go through the rest of the season, see who makes playoff, who goes through, whatnot, stuff like that. This will likely be the last year that, or at least the last one that I do for the rest of this year, most likely, and for a while. I do plan on still finishing this series. I want to finish this series, but I'm gonna be getting Madden 23 really soon. Yes, I've sold my soul to the devil, and we're gonna be we're doing a bunch of other stuff, rebuilds, training videos, and stuff like that. So, it'll be a while till we get back to Madden 20. But I'm finishing this, and I'm still committed to doing this. So, obviously, go now. We'll start auto sim there. So yeah, basically, we're gonna go through the draft class, and after that, we will send it at the end of the year, and I'll try to give the storylines kind of the most important things going into this year because we got some interesting ones. So at this current moment, import our next local file, which is the 2007 draft class. And here they are. So I have some questions. How about Jamarcus? There's Jamarcus Russell, Jamal Anderson, Calvin Johnson, Anthony Spencer, Patrick Willis, AP. There's Ted Ginn, Dwayne Bowe, Robert McSheen, never heard of him, Alan Branch, okay, Ambayi Okoye, Joe Thomas, Darrell Rivas, Brady Quinn, Ryan Khalil, Tim Crowder, Leon Hall, Kevin Cobb, Brandon Merriweather, Marshawn Lynch, Chris Henry, rest in peace, Craig Davis, Lamar Woodley, Brian Leonard, Marshall Yonda, Greg Olson, Butler Davis, Joe Staley, Charles Johnson, Chris Houston, John Beck, Zach Miller, Dwayne Jarrett, Brian Robinson, anybody, Jacoby Jones, Lawrence Thomas. So we've got Paul Pausney, Scott Chandler. We've got again interesting guys here. And let's take a look at the quarterbacks here. There's Drew Stanton, Trent Edwards, Troy Smith, Jordan Palmer. So not many quarterbacks. I think almost all. Actually, I think this ended up being the worst quarterback class in NFL history. So yeah, we're gonna get this back to auto to the CPU scouts on all the teams, and now we're gonna go on to the playoffs. So the storylines going into the 2006 season. The Falcons and Michael Vick had just pulled off a pretty incredible run to win the Super Bowl by 7 over the Chargers. Can they repeat is the question. We'll find out. The Chargers, behind Drew Brees and an incredible running game, LaDainian Thompson, Frank Gore, and Larry Johnson, yes, that is all in the same backfield, made all the way to Super Bowl. They ended up being Tony Romo, yes, Tony Romo and the Miami Dolphins, and what was a fairly stacked offense team. Well, the Falcons limited the Eagles, Donovan McNabb, and that team down in their game. The Packers are still trying to make it back and gain any types of relevance left. However, they now could be under attack from the Minnesota Vikings, who are finally starting to make strides after multiple years of being out of the playoffs. The New York Jets and Chad Pennington, who actually won MVP, or actually I don't know if he did win MVP or not. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if he did or not, but Chad Pennington was one of the best quarterbacks all year last year. Peyton Manning and the Colts, they, I think, just made the playoffs. The Titans are still a top seed in the AFC South, although that era may also be coming to an end because of Steve McNair's regression, and the whole team also is just getting a lot of aging. Byron Leftwich and the Bengals, they're still in AFC North toppers, although the Ravens are under attack. They had Jeff Blake last year. If the Ravens could just get a good quarterback, they could be a contender for the Super Bowl. Problem is, they haven't been able to get any type of good quarterback. And yeah, I think in total of major storylines, You have Aaron Rodgers on the Chiefs. Alex Smith was on the Cowboys. Um, and also speaking as well, this year's quarterback draft class, I believe, Jay Cutler, I believe, went to potentially the Cowboys, if I'm remembering right. I don't know. Charlie Whitehurst ended up on the Panthers, I believe. And we got other players as well that were in that draft class. So yeah, we're in week 17. We're gonna get the playoffs. We didn't make the playoffs again. Who did? Oh, it finally happened! AFC North alert! AFC North or NFC North changed. But let's take a look at the AFC North. The Ravens. I just talked about the Ravens. And now if they actually had a good quarterback, they could actually be a Super Bowl contender. There it is. They're 12-3-1. In real life, I think they actually went 12-4. So this is not far off real life. The Bengals, even though they lost the division, are still 9-7 with Byron Leftwich at quarterback. The Steelers and Eli Manning are 8-8. The Browns look to be wasting Carson Palmer's career, somehow worse than the Bengals. In the AFC South, the Colts at mid 8-8 struggle. Of course, they were 8-8. They still won the division. Jaguars 6-10, Titans 6-10. They had a huge fall off. The Texans are 4-12 still. They're still struggling. I think they actually had got they got DeBrickashaw Ferguson. I remember. Saw it. AFC East. Bro, the Jets and what happened to the Pats and Bradelson Jr.? Looks like the defense is actually, sucking. Very bad. The Dolphins go 9-6-1. The Jets go 11-5. I believe the second best record in the AFC. I think we'll get first round. In the AFC West, the Broncos win at 9-7. The Raiders go 8-7-1. They fail to make the playoffs. Chargers went 7-9. A Super Bowl loss hangover without no Drew Brees, LaDainian Tomlinson, they probably should have Drew Brees and LaDainian Tomlinson. I guess they were going to make it. The Chiefs and Aaron Rodgers have the worst record in the whole damn league. So that's actually concerning. I don't know what happened. Let's see. AFC North time. We saw a change. The Vikings won. The Packers are still in the playoffs, but now they're a wild card. Vikings go 12-4. They are the second team. They will actually get a first round bye as well in the NFC North. The Packers go 9-7. Lions actually were 8-8, and the Bears were 7-9. So it wasn't that bad of a division. NFC South. So you guys saw it already. Falcons 14-2. Oh, we might be headed for a dynasty, folks. 14-2. Falcons go 14-2. Panthers, a surprise. They go 9-7. Don't they have Charlie White? I don't know who their quarterback is, if Whitehurst actually started, but if he is, leads the Panthers to a 9-7 record. Buccaneers 8-8. Saints 6-10. NFC East. Eagles again 10-6. Alex Smith already started to make strides in the second season, going 8-7-1. Get a few more pieces. The Cowboys might finally be able to get back to relevance after what has been majorly ever since 2002, a decade of failure. Giants go 7-7-2 with a bizarre-looking record, and Washington goes 7-8-1. Other than the Eagles, a bizarre-looking division. The final in the NFC West, the Cardinals go 8-7-1, what looks to be the worst division of them all. The Seahawks go 8-8, Rams 7-9, and 49ers 6-9-1. So, yeah, we've already had some interesting results. Now let's take a look at stats. If we go in here, how did we finish 8-8 with a worse offense? I'm still trying to figure out. Also, how is Joey Harrington so far? Aaron Rodgers led the league in passing, but the team went 3-13. This is not making any sense. Hold on a second. Hold on. I just see that right. Him and Chad Pennington was 2 yards away from having the most yards. Mark freaking Bulger on the Rams is the only quarterback to have a 4,000 yards. Not 4,000 yards, because there's other 4,000 yards. He and Vic actually have 4 touchdowns. I think Vic's winning MVP by a landslide. Oh, Jeff Garcia is on the friggin' Ravens. So, and also back. So, overall, the quarterbacks, rushing-wise, Damian Thompson just dominating on the ground. No one else even close to the yards he's got. Touchdowns, same way. There's no one even close. How did the Chargers, I guess Drew Brees just held the team back. Greg Jennings, second year. Oh no, wait, is it Greg Jennings? I think Greg Jennings a rookie. Oh, Greg Jennings made just one freaking rookie of the year. He led all receivers in yards and had 8 touchdowns. Who led the league most touchdowns? Darryl Jackson. We had 5 people. Darryl Jackson, Jason Witten, Max Franklin, Devin Levi, and Travis Taylor. Other than Jason Witten, I have no idea who the hell the rest of these guys are. I have no idea. Defensively, Ray Lewis leading the team tackles, murdering them people out there. And Takeo Spikes and Sean Ellis leads the team as the most sacks. Derek Brooks, 1 half sack behind. Justin Smith, Mario Williams, already in his rookie season, 12 sacks. He may have won defensive rookie of the year. Sacks. Tim Jennings led the league in picks. Pat Surtain, Will Pearson, all of them. So, question. Field goal long. Do we still have a field goal long? No, it doesn't show field goal long. Alright, let's see who's winning MVP. I know who's winning MVP. Yeah, that wasn't even a question. Wasn't even close. Vic wins MVP again. Drew Brees. Okay, I never saw anything about Drew Brees. Okay, Matt Hasselbeck, Mark Bulger, and LaDainian Tomlinson coming in 3rd in the MVP race. Shout out to the LT. Actually, let's take a look at the rookie of the years. Actually, offensive player of the years. I think probably Tomlinson, just because he didn't win MVP. Defensive player of the year will most likely be Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis gets defensive player of the year. Offensive rookie of the year goes to Vince Young. Oh, Vince Young. Okay, so Vince Young is the rookie 49ers. He's their rookie. Reggie Bush is on the Bears, along with Ben Roethlisberger. Chris Hughes. Devin Hester was on the Washington. Vernon Davis. So yeah, I guess Vince Young probably wins offensive rookie of the year. Maurice Jones-Drew's on the Broncos. No, there's Antonio Holmes. No other real notable. Defensive rookie of the year will probably go to Tim J. How did Mario Williams not win defensive rookie of the year? That doesn't make sense. But I guess Tim Jennings was your defensive rookie of the year. I have no idea. All right. Anyways, now the last one we got to look for here is the playoff schedule. You have Broncos. What the? Okay, this is how it is. Dolphins, Colts, Packers, Cardinals, Bengals, Broncos, Panthers, Eagles. That's the wild card game. So now we're going to sim to the wild card and see who will actually be the winner here. Again, guys, if you are enjoying this video, like and subscribe. This is going to be the last one for a while, again, because Madden 23. But I hope you guys enjoy. So anyways, oh, crap, go backwards. And the winner of Broncos, Bengals, wrong thing. It's actually not Broncos and Bengals. Again, I don't know why they put it. Winner of Dolphins, Colts, is the Indianapolis Colts, 35-14. It wasn't even close. Fighting 8-18. Peyton Manning remains inevitable. Romo threw a 1 touchdown, a pick. And Ricky Williams had a huge game. 134 yards, outgained the Colts. Almost doubled the yard. Actually, I think he did double the yards. If he didn't, he almost doubled. So, touchdown. Ricky Williams dominated on the ground. He was really the only thing that kept the Dolphins even able to keep going. The Dolphins overall in yards seem to have done better. It's just, I guess they took bigger advantages. Or the Colts took a bigger advantage because it looks like the game was way closer than it should have been. Mike Peterson got 3. So the Colts in total, that's 6 total sacks. 6, that might be 7 sacks. So that may have been the difference in that game. Packers, Cardinals. Packers destroy the Cardinals. Cardinals only scored 6 at the end. That was from a touchdown for Jake Plummer. Brett Favre threw 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Well, he's stealing for the kids. Jake Plummer threw 1 touchdown, threw 2 picks. Ahmad Green and Kellen Craig. They actually, the Packers just outgained. The Packers just looked like a better team all around. Yeah, Packers were just a better team. It was just obvious. Looking through overall. How many sacks were in the game? Were there 3 sacks in total by both teams? Okay, these two got picks. Middle linebacker got a pick. Now Bengals, Broncos. Broncos win by 3, 24-21. Kyle Orton throws 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Brian Leftwich threw 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. However, the rushing game is what made the difference. Clinton Portis had a touchdown, and also 20 extra yards than Corey Dillon. Receiving wise, Heath Miller almost had 100 yards. The receiver, DeAndre Swalland had 2 catches, and those were the 2 touchdowns. And defensively, did anybody have sacks? A lot of sacks by Cincinnati. 3 sacks for Cincinnati. And 3 sacks for Denver as well. So who were? Oh yeah, there was no picks this game. So there were no picks this game. And the last game is Panthers Eagles. Eagles win by 7 over the Panthers. Panthers tried making a comeback, but it didn't work. Oh yeah, I forgot. Philip Rivers actually the Panthers quarterback. Matt Leinart and Matt Leinart. So yeah, I don't know where Charlie Whitehurst ended up. We'll find out soon enough probably. Cordell Stewart's a backup on the Eagles, which is funny enough. Matt Nabb and Rivers both threw a touchdown. Cedric Benson had almost double Chris Brown. I actually outgained both Philip Rivers and Chris Brown. They just did not. Brandon Jacobs did not have a good rushing stat. Receiving wise, Roddy White, he got a touchdown. Season then Ryan. So Panthers actually had better receiving game. I guess it's just the run game that made that major difference. Oh my god, how many friggin' sacks is that? I'm not counting. That's too many. I can't count that many. No picks. So that's it. So now the divisional round, it's Colts versus Ravens, Packers versus Falcons, which is ironic because that's a rematch of the divisional round the year before. Broncos, Jets, Eagles, Vikings. Those are your divisional rounds. So, I was heading to the divisional round. Who will be heading to NFC? Who will be heading to the championship games? And we'll see what happens here. Schedule. And divisional round. Oh my god, the Colts came in 28-13 against the Ravens. They destroyed the Ravens. Peyton Manning threw 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Jeff Garcia threw 0 touchdowns and a pick. And rushing wise, Edgerrin James just outgained Baltimore all year. He had double the yards of all the other Baltimore rushers and had 2 touchdowns. That's freaking a disgust. That's the difference. That was the difference in the game, was the rushing. That was a huge difference. Anquan Bolden had a good game, but that was not the only good thing happening for the Ravens. Edgerrin James was the lead receiver for the in yards for the Colts. Interceptions. And the Ravens, they both had 2 sacks. Both teams had 2. Actually, the Ravens had 3 sacks. Colts only had 1. Who got that pick? It was Kevin Burnett. Our next game is the Falcons, Packers, and not much of a shock. Falcons win 27-13. Varv and Vic have 1 touchdown each. No picks. Ahmad Green. Really, there wasn't much of a run game. Oh, Brian Westbrook on the Falcons. I didn't even realize he was on the Falcons. So they both had similar rushing yards. How did Favre have more rushing yards and more rushing attempts? That doesn't make any sense. Robert Ferguson had a monster game. 108 yards, 1 touchdown. Algie Crumpler had a decent game as well. 7 receptions, 89 yards. Defensively, did anybody get any sacks? Patrick Kearney got 1 sack off Favre. And again, no picks. So now Broncos and Jets. Jets absolutely destroyed the Broncos. 34, I believe, to 7. Yeah. Chad Pennington had a perfect game. 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. Coward had 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Rushing wise, Clint Portis. Both Clint Portis and Isaiah Tutum had very similar rushing stats, but Portis had better yardage. Receiving wise, Lavarius Cole is what made the difference. 60 yards, a touchdown. Actually, the receiving game is what made the major difference. They had 3 receivers above 40 yards, and Santana Moss had 2 touchdowns. And sacks happened in the game. The Jets had 3 to Denver's 1. One pick by Ken Hamlin. And finally, oh my God, the Vikings playoff failures continue. It's even, my God, the Vikings are so cursed they can't even catch a break in the freaking, even in the freaking video games. Culpepper threw 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. McNabb threw 1 touchdown. The run game's what made the difference. Wow, adding Cedric Benson was a huge difference. 3 touchdowns on the 3 touchdowns. Michael Bennett, the running back, again, had 1 fumble, which could have very well been a difference maker. Both quarterbacks ran. Man, Benson with his 3 rushing touchdowns would make sense because both the receiving games were very similar. They had very similar receiving numbers. It was the run game that made difference, and who made the less mistakes. That's a lot of freaking sacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sacks. 2 on Philly. 4 on the Vikings. And O.J. Atogwe, I know I butchered that, gets a pick rather. So conference championship: Colts, Jets, Eagles, Falcons. So we have a rematch of last year's conference championship between the Eagles and Falcons year before, and we have the Colts and Jets. So can Peyton Manning make his 3rd Super Bowl in what would ultimately be in the 2016 would actually be the first year he made Super Bowl? Will he have made 3 by 2006 will be a question. This could be interesting. Send to the Super Bowl. Who is going to be in the Super Bowl? Which team will it represent? Bro, what? You cannot be freaking serious. So we have the Falcons and Jets. They're in the Super Bowl conference championship. Jets beat the Colts by a touchdown. They score 21 unanswered. Colts are at 14 score 21 unanswered. Chad Pennington had 3 touchdowns. Peyton Manning only had 1 touchdown. Edgerrin James had a monster game, but 1 touchdown. But it looked like a lot of the Colts action happened the first quarter. After that, they just struggled to get going. And I guess Reggie Wayne, the Colts looked like the much better team here. But I guess with grinded out football, the Jets came back in the end. Mark Clayton, Laverius Cole, and Santana Moss. That's a pretty good receiving core, admittedly, for the Jets. Now, for sacks, Jets had a total of 5 sacks on the day to Indy's 2. And no picks again. And then for the Falcons-Eagles game, or the Eagles-Falcons game, it's 7-12. The Falcons win by 7, 24-17. They get 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. And McNabb only had 1 touchdown, no picks. Again, the Falcons dominated the run game. That was obvious. They've limited the defense, also limited Cedric Benson's production as well. So yeah, the run game is what made really looks like made the difference here receiving wise. Phil Ferguson was one of the few positives I have for the Eagles. Had 117 yards, which is as much as both Crumpler and Wakefield. Wakefield 2 receiving touchdowns. Defensively, in total, 3 sacks in total, and they were all from Philadelphia. Falcons did not sack McNabb once, but didn't matter. So Super Bowl matchup. This is a weird Super Bowl matchup. This would be played, I believe, in Miami in real life, and we'll pretend like it is. But Super Bowl, I believe it's 41, even though it's not. It's Super Bowl 58, but 41. Falcons versus Jets. Can the Falcons pull off one of the most incredible 2-year runs of all time? Or can the upstart Jets with Chad Pennington, Santana Moss, and their epic receiving core pull off the Super Bowl win? You've got to be crabbing. I'm not rigging this. I'm gonna hold on. Let me just show you this real quick. Go to league schedule right here. You'll see people think, look at that. No force win. No force win. No force win. None of this was forced. The game is just, I'm getting so happy watching this, but also so sad at the same time because I wish it did happen in real life. That's 2 Super Bowls in a row for the Falcons. Are we on a chance for a potential dynasty in Atlanta? Are we on that way? So I don't know. I don't know. We could be on our way to a dynasty, folks. I have no idea. But whatever it is, it's going to be interesting. So, yeah. Vic is a 2-time Super Bowl champion and probably a 3-time MVP winner, I believe. God, what type of universe are we living in? He didn't even ever win an MVP. This just freaking... We're already getting some absolutely weird results already. But, yeah. Shout out to the Jets making a Super Bowl. Although they lost it because they hadn't made one since the Namath days. Since Super Bowl III. So it literally had been 38 years since last made Super Bowl. So forward check on free agent signings. Let's see retirements. So Brady Smith retires at Super Bowl. Tim Ruddy retires. Tim Bowles. Willie McGinnis. Jay Fiedler retires. Scott Player, a legend. Michael Pittman, the original Michael Pittman. Now his son's in the league, but the original Michael Pittman retires. Stephen Davis. Deuce Staley. Jerome Bettis, the bus retires. Michael Strahan retires. Barry Stokes. Joe Flacco. He's punter, so never mind that. But some pretty big names retire. Specifically, Jerome Bettis. I didn't even realize Bettis ended up... how the hell did Bettis even end up on the freaking Giants? He had to get traded because they never saw him in free agency. Okay, so it's like Kevin Carter, which is pretty big. Oh, here we go. We got some good free agency now. Ahmad Green, Packers star Ahmad Green leaves to go sign with the New Orleans Saints. Saints could definitely use him in the run game. Isaac Bruce. Grandpa Isaac Bruce at this point signs with the Chicago Bears. Charles Tillman signs with the Texans to help the quarterback core. Warren Sapp signs with the Raiders, which is funny because he literally signed with the Raiders in real life just a year before. Sebastian Janikowski signs with the Chargers. Maybe he can actually help the Chargers with their field goal kicking for once. Stephen Cooper goes to the Panthers. Vonnie Holiday goes to the Texans. Texans got go away. Rodney Harrison to the Bucks, I guess, to replace John Lynch. Larry Johnson. So Larry Johnson goes from San Diego to San Francisco. So 49ers could actually be building a pretty good team. Kashim Osgood signs with the freaking Raiders. The Raiders also got a player. Sam Madison to the Cowboys. John Stinkham to the Panthers. Maurice Williams to the Bears. Devin Levi. Ooh, Eagle star Devin Levi. That's going to hurt the Eagles because it was one of McNabb's biggest targets. He now goes to Chicago. Chicago's got some good players, though. Bill Gramatica goes to the Chiefs. Jimmy Wilkins to the 49ers. And this is funny because I believe Jeff Garcia did go to the Bucks. Not 2007, but 2005. Jay Feely to the Broncos. Fred Beasley to the Saints. Curtis Martin to the Cardinals. I guess they call the Cardinals retirement home. Brian Kelly to the Broncos. So Rex Grossman to the freaking Texans. I guess to be the backup to David Carr. Looking around, no. Chester Taylor to the Falcons. But other than that, no. Fred Jackson to the Bengals. Other than that, and Kerry Collins to the Texans. Texans got a bunch of quarterbacks. But other than those guys, no other real major entry. Brian Westbrook, though, goes to the Cardinals. So QBs. Chris Sims goes to the Panthers. Kerry Collins. Drew Bledsoe re-signed while Bledsoe had not retired. In real life, he retired after the 2006 season, but he stays with the Bills. Mike McMahon to the Seahawks. Chris Redmond to the Texans. AJ Feely to the Giants. The rest of these guys don't matter. So after all this, now it's time for the draft.
The Chiefs are now on the clock.
So the Chiefs are on the clock. So with the first overall pick in the 2007 NFL draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Jamal Anderson. He's only a 70 overall. Oh, that hurts. That's gonna hurt. So now, who will the Houston Texans take? Will the Houston Texans select Calvin Johnson? With the second pick in the 2007 NFL draft, the Houston Texans select Calvin Johnson is a Houston Texan. Oh, the Texans actually have just got a beast. He might be able to help it. Can the Cleveland Browns get somebody good so they won't waste any more of Carson Palmer's potential? With the third pick in the 2007 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select. Yep, they got somebody to help. Patrick Willis. Talk about a help to the defense. So maybe the Browns can be good for once. The Bill with fourth pick in the 2007 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Ted Ginn Jr., wide receiver. I don't know why Ted Ginn was so low rated. I mean, he lasted a while in the league. He wasn't a bad receiver at all. With the fifth pick in the 2007 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Dwayne Bowe. That's a good pick because I know Derek Mason's getting up there in age as well for the Titans. So, and Kevin Dyson, I think, as well. So they definitely need some help at receiver. With the sixth pick in the 2007 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Robert Metcham. I have no idea. Another wide receiver at Tennessee. I have no idea who that is. With the seventh pick in the 2007 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Anthony Spencer, outside linebacker. There's another guy I don't really know I have not heard of much, but 70% rates. Apparently, he was pretty good. Saints need some help. With the eighth pick in the 2007 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select
the Patriots are now
Alan Branch from Michigan. Another guy I don't really recognize much, but you know who it is. 49ers are building a team that definitely could be a contender here in the future. With the ninth pick in the 2007 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select.
The Rams are now on the clock.
Oh, you're freaking serious. Oh, you've got to be serious. Well, Tom Brady will be protected for the rest of his time there. They took freaking Joe Thomas. Pats get Joe Thomas, so Bradelson Jr.'s blindside protected for his entire rest of his NFL career. At the 10th pick in the 2007 NFL Draft, St. Louis Rams, who are pretty much at the end of their grayish on turf era,
the Bears are now on the clock.
Moby Okoye. And he ended up being bad pick. So we'll see the end of the draft, see where all the major players ended up going, see where all the quarterbacks going, if any quarterbacks are even selected, and then that'll be the end of this video. Yeah, folks, hope you guys have been enjoying this, because I've been enjoying this a lot. The whole series, to be honest, I've been enjoying. So with that being said, so now let's see the draft recap. So we did not. Wow, the Lions selected John freaking Peck. All right, so Victor Barry to the Bears. Darrelle Reeve is a friggin' Chargers. Oh my God! If the Chargers cannot make the Chargers have assembled an incredible team. You have Drew Brees, Frank Gore, and freaking LaDainian Tomlinson. Now you had Darrelle Reeves to the defense. The team's disgusting. Wow, that's funny because that's foreshadowing because he actually went to Washington for a couple seasons there. Now he's there start off rookie year. Ryan Khalil ends up going to the Lions. Leon Hall goes to the Bucks. Brandon Merriweather to the Steelers. Turk McBride to the Giants. Tim Crowder to the Seahawks. That'd be looking like a bad pick. Aaron Ross to the Cowboys. Lamar Woodley went to the Raiders. Oh, the Raiders are assembling a pretty good team as well. Justin Durant went to the Cardinals. Oh, that's bad for the rest of the NFC South. Panthers just got Marshawn Lynch, and they made the playoffs. So that's definitely interesting. Stuart Bradley goes to the Bengals. That ended up being an L pick. Oh, the Tony Romo gets some more offensive line help with Marshall Yanda. Alma Francis, I know I butchered that, goes to Packers. Greg Olsen is a Bronco. Again, how the Broncos get a great player and a tight end who will help the team. The Vikings get O-line help for Culpepper and Jerome Bouchard. Samson Sattel went to the Ravens. Michael Aquo is a Indianapolis Colt. Again, I know I butchered that. Gerald Alexander goes to the Eagles. Joe Staley is a New York Jet to protect Chad Pennington. And Chris Houston is an Atlanta Falcon. Charles Johnson goes to the Chiefs. So Josh Wilson ended up going to the Browns. Chris Henry is a Bill. Zach Miller went to the Titans. Sidney Rice went to the Saints. LaRon Landry went to the Pats. Eric Wright to the 49ers. Steven Nichols to the Bears. Brian Robinson to the Chargers. Steven Smith to Washington. Lawrence Timmons to New York. Jacoby Jones to the Cowboys. He's got 95 speed. John Beason to the Raiders. Paul Palsney to the Dolphins. Scott Chandler to the Ravens. Okay, so now let's see where the other high-rated players ended up at. See if anybody went past the third round. So Levi Brown went to the Giants. Reggie Nelson to the Steelers. Deshaun Goldson went to the 49ers. And Dante Rosario, that late round gem for the Falcons, went to the Falcons. Manny Ramirez to the Giants. Michael Griffin to the Bills. Eric Weddle. Wow, they actually got this right. I think he was literally drafted by the Ravens. Was he? Or was he drafted? He was either drafted by the Ravens or the Chargers. I know it was one of those two teams. He was definitely there. I don't know if he did or not. The Ravens also had Ryan Harris as well. The Ravens had an incredible draft. Adam Hayward goes as a Dolphin. Brent Selleck is a Colt. I didn't even realize Brent Selleck was in the draft. William Gay to the Chargers. Corey Graham Bears. Ray McDonald and Marvin Mitchell are both Panthers. Ahmad Bradshaw went to the Chiefs. Terrell Brown to the Dolphins. Alden Ball, a corner, goes to the... So the Ravens by far had the best draft class by a landslide mile. I think those are the most important of the major players picked. How about all the quarterbacks do? Kevin Kolb went to the Jags. Jamarcus Russell went to the Bears. Brady Quinn to the Pats. So Bradelson Jr.'s backup is Brady Quinn. Trent Edwards went to the Chargers. Drew Stanton to the to the Rams. And Troy Smith went to the Cowboys backup. So yeah, that's about it. So I don't think any of the 2007 quarterbacks will actually be a starter. So we're going to sim into the 2007 season. And that's going to do it for pretty much for this video. So anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this. This will be the last one for a while because Madden 23 is up next. And I'll see you there when we get to that. Hope you guys enjoy. And I'll see you next time.